Hi, my name is Abby. This is my dad, and this is my sister Rebecca. On today's episode of Cooking with Abby, we're making mincemeat tarts.
Mini mincemeat tarts.
And vegetarian.
I thought it was pie. Mincemeat pie.
What's the difference between a meat?
A tart, I think a tart is very fruity, and a pie is like sugary and like it's apple pie. There's a bunch of sugar. There's a bunch of like caramelized stuff. Lemon pie, it's like a lemon tart.
Interesting. I don't know what the difference between a pie and a tart is. Somebody will let us know.
In the comments.
But we are making mincemeat tarts. We are making mini mincemeat tarts. These are a British Christmas thing. Everybody has them. You know what? I don't know if everybody. I had them, as Abby mentions. My mom used to make them. Delicious. Now,
I made them for school.
You made them from school.
On this channel, but it was not public.
Secret video. Maybe we'll put a little clip here. Maybe we won't. I don't know. What did we do? We made our own pastry. We put a little orange in the pastry, which is delicious.
And lemon.
No, lemon's in the
lemon is in the
creme brulee.
Oh.
Creme brulee.
I don't know where it got from.
I do want to make creme brulee, but that's for another
I
episode.
don't know what that is though.
So good. So good. It's how I wooed your mother. Now, you can buy mincemeat in a jar from the store, ready-made. If you are a vegetarian or vegan, don't buy mincemeat. Buy, I think it's called 5-fruit mix or something like that. Because mincemeat actually still has beef fat in it, and that's kind of nasty. If you don't, I don't know, I kind of feel like there shouldn't be any beef fat in my desserts. We made our own. I think it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Time consuming.
Yeah.
It's not time
Because it has to
consuming.
boil, and that's
Yeah,
for
but
a
that's
while.
not
And then this is
oven.
sitting in the
You
fridge.
smell it and you're like...
Yeah, it's just the
I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say it's not time consuming. Hey you, where can people find the ingredients for today's recipe?
here or at cookingwithabby.com.
.com. Rebecca, shall we get started?
We
shall. What?
I don't know.
The first part of making our mincemeat tarts is we're going to make our dough because our dough's got to chill out in the fridge for a little while to stay really cold. While I jibber jabber here, how about you put our salt or sugar and our orange zest in there. What I really love about making pie crust.
This is pie crust?
This is pie crust technically. And
we're making big ones or small ones?
We're making minis. What I really love about making pie crust is there's never that, oh my goodness, I forgot to take out the butter moment, which we all have when we make cookies, and we're like, oh, how do I make cookies now that the butter's not out? You don't have to, because the butter needs to be cold. Our water is freezing cold as well. Not only is our water freezing cold, it actually froze for a moment in the freezer. And then what happened? We added some orange juice to it because orange flavor in our dough is fantastic. Abby is still playing with the lid, making clicky clicky sounds. That's what you guys all hear, is the clicky clicky. I'm gonna dump all this in here.
You're not supposed to get flour after that.
Aren't you though? And then Abby is going to add our cold butter. Again, as always, we're using our fancy pants blender here. Do you have to? Here, would you like a spatula to get that out? Oh, you got it out. Come on, oh no, not the liquid yet. Fancy pantsy blender, good thing. Food processor, don't need it. You could do this by hand. Way faster to do with a machine. Lid on. Pulsey McPulsey a few times. So hold on before you go. What we're looking to do is break up our butter a little bit, but it's still gonna stay there so that way we get flaky and yummy butterness. So you're not gonna pulse this to death. You're just gonna love tap it. Now we're under tapping it because now we're going to have a look at it, see what's going on. That looks pretty good. And then we're gonna start adding this, but don't add it all. Okay. Add half of it. No, okay, you can go a little more than that, a little more than that, a little more than that, a little more. All over the counter. All right, there we go. Pulse that up a couple, same thing. Now we're looking to add a little moisture to our flour, but we're not looking for it to really come together just yet.
Doesn't look like it's really coming together.
It doesn't.
After us?
Go, you go, girl. Now, I felt as though this looked like a lot of flour, and it was measured unsupervised. So we may have a little more flour than we need. And now we play the weird game of, do we have enough? Do we not have enough? I'm gonna get the other camera and I'm gonna zoom in here just so you can see what's going on. So as you saw, comes together, right? And that's what you're looking for. You don't want to go too far. I feel like that's still a little too dry, so we're gonna add a little bit more water here.
Half of this, like we're gonna do.
Yeah, try half first, because again, it's like a delicate act. You wanna...
I can't pour water without spilling it.
So what's happening is, right, it's dribbling down the side.
Yeah.
So if you keep doing that, move it over here, so when it dribbles down the side, it still dribbles into your flour.
You just added all our water.
Well, no, you added most of it to the table.
Why is the top like frozen and then at the bottom you just see it spinning at like 1,000 kilometers an
You're
hour?
supposed to bring your sides down, right?
Oh.
So hard to find good help these days, people. So hard. Now, what we're gonna do is...
Remove it.
I don't know what we're gonna do because our countertop is soaking wet. So, Rebecca, do you think you can knock that out into the center here?
Into the center?
Center.
Oops.
Keep going! Center-ish. 2 cups of flour, eh?
Oh, I know what we do.
Yes,
You sure?
I'm positive.
Positive.
You're sure not like 2.5?
Maybe 3?
No!
Maybe like 6? So,
Can I? Yeah, that's what we're doing.
we are forming a puck. A hockey puck?
Yes.
We're Canadian. We have to form hockey pucks.
Yeah.
Dude, there's no way, man. That's a heck of a lot of flour.
I did.
You did.
Yes.
But guys, it doesn't look like dough. Yeah, it's cool. It's going to totally hydrate in the fridge because this gets to sit in the fridge now for
half an hour too long.
30 whole minutes. You could do it overnight.
No, I don't want to wait that long.
It's unfortunate, but you kind of have to. But don't worry, because we're not going to sit around and do nothing for 30 minutes. We're going to make our fruit mince.
Yeah.
I don't think this is
This
holding
is
together
coming
very well.
Oh, no, but it is, right? Because you think it isn't. No, I'm actually
No, like
not
the
kidding.
saran wrap's not holding it.
No, because I don't know why the saran wrap's not doing its job. But the
Bad
dough,
saran wrap.
the
You
dough
forgot some.
is absolutely doing what it's supposed to be doing. Boom, which is hydrating. In the fridge,
This
30
looks like
minutes
dough.
overnight. Do this the day before. Do whatever you want to do. Why are we covering it? We're covering it so it doesn't dry out. So don't worry that your saran wrap isn't
Covered.
speaking, isn't wording properly. Oh, words are so hard, people. In the fridge, we're coming back. We're going to make ourselves some fruit filling. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a couple ingredients in front of us. You can absolutely 100% buy this in a jar, a vegetarian if you want. It's called 5 fruit mix, I think. But you know what? I've never made my own, so boom, let's do it. Guess what?
We haven't?
Because your Fancy Dancy, our new Fancy Dancy cook plate is now integrated. Hold on.
We put it.
Wait, listen. You guys can't hear it. It's not loud and annoying. Yay!
Yay.
But guess who gets to stir by default now? You! We're gonna start dumping in all of these ingredients except for our nuts, and we're gonna cook this down for 20 minutes. No, actually, we're gonna bring it to kind of like a simmer. Then we're gonna, words, difficult. Put everything in.
Now?
No, we're going to put everything in. I'm telling everybody out there in TV land what we're doing. TV land. YouTube land? YouTube land. Put everything in, bring it to a boil almost, then we're gonna lower the heat, let it simmer for a little while. Everything but the nuts. The nuts we'll add in at the very last moment because they don't need to be soggy. We're gonna start with the butter, and then we're gonna go through everything. One last thing I'm gonna highlight, candied ginger. You need candy
Good.
something. You need a candied fruit in some way just to add a little bit more sugar because the 1.5 cups isn't enough.
Wait, could we have used candy apple?
We
Candy apple.
could have used candy apple, but the ginger gives a nice kick to it that otherwise we wouldn't have had. So we're gonna start dumping in all this. I'm gonna grab the other camera so you can see what happens, and boom, there you go. Actually, you know what? Let's just start with the butter.
Okay.
We'll melt out the butter. There's no good way to do this. There's no wrong way to do this. Medium heat.
I can't reach the pot now.
You can't reach the pot. I know, you've lost your status of helping.
I'm sorry.
Orange juice.
Okay.
How about you stir
I
that?
produced the Abbey.
You produced the
I
Abbey?
produced the name.
There you go. Abby is responsible for the name. I think. What do I think?
I think we should add these.
As I looked at it, I was like, that's not a lot of liquid. But in here, which is our 2 cups of apple and pear, which we prepared earlier on. Melted our butter.
I think
melted
this is the problem.
I think so too. Definite quality control issues here, people. In we go.
I'm quality control now.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't look like any liquid is there.
You gotta hold the handle?
You can hold the handle.
So Rebecca, what was your question before? Because before me I have 3 packets of raisins.
These are in trail mix. These are in trail mix, and these aren't.
Why different flavors?
So different raisins come from, where do raisins come from, people?
Grapes, dried grapes.
So is there one kind of grape? Yeah, there is.
This is green grapes, this is the blue grapes, and this is the red grapes. I know this because I've seen them.
Well, so these and these, which are both raisins, these are the blondes, these are Thompsons. These are essentially the same. Apparently the blonde ones get like bleached. And these are currants, which are totally a different fruit. So, in they go.
Oh my gosh, there's not a
In they go.
I'm gonna try score.
In they go. In they go.
Score.
Nothing's melting.
In they go.
I'm adding these. I will
And then
reach.
Abby is going to take care of that. We're going to keep mixing this up. We're going to bring it to a boil. You don't need to watch that. We're going to lower the temperature. We're going to let it sit for a while. We're going to come back when that's ready to go. Our dough will be ready to roll out. Bob's your uncle will be starting to put this together. See you in a bit.
Bob's not my uncle.
Isn't he though? Folks, I'm a little concerned that this is a little drier than it need be. But it's coming together, so at the end of the day, I'm kind of happy with it. What we're actually going to do is we took it all out of the fridge. We're going to take half of it. We're going to make sure the other half stays, well, not even half, right? Let's take half. Take a bit more. And then this we don't want to work, because you don't want to work it all at the same time, because that's going to warm up your butter. Warming up your butter, bad. We're going to add a dusting. A lot? No, a dusting of flour. That's not a dusting.
Oh.
But then we can do this and it's a dusting. No?
Yes.
Work it a little bit. Yeah, I put the butter. Really not good with words today, people.
No, you're not.
Probably a bad day to shoot a whole bunch of YouTube videos, right? If you can't speak.
Yeah.
All right, I'm doing these. Why am I doing these? The show's Cooking with Abby, and Daddy's doing all the cooking.
It looks, when you
Uh-oh.
roll it,
I just give the
better.
name. That's my job.
No, I'm gonna do this one here. So what are we doing? We're rolling it out. It's actually beautiful and perfect. We don't have to worry too much about
Sticking.
it's sticking a little bit here and there. That's fine. Mostly to my rolling pin, which is also a good sign that there's enough hydration, right? Because if it didn't stick, it wouldn't be,
Good.
moist enough. It'd be too dry. So you're gonna roll it out so it's an even thickness. You do want to be careful with how much flour you add to it, because you're not after that. You really don't want to play with it too much.
Now take
Why'd
a
you take this
glass
piece out?
Because
Let's
it's
do
a
this piece
perfect
to the side.
circle.
I love it when everybody talks at the same time. A glass, perfect circle, as Rebecca said. Perfect circle for our mini mincemeat tarts that we're making. You don't want to do what Abby was doing. You don't want to play with your dough too much because it's going to overwork it. Why did I put it to the side? Because it fell off and I didn't want to waste everybody's time working it back in. Take this, come over here.
Make a hole.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Ta-da! We have fancy pants, whatchamacallit? Cutters that we're not going to use. Closing that drawer. We don't need to. We're going to roll this out. What do you do when you come to an end, right? Like, oh no, we're done. No. Form it back into a ball, compress it a little bit, cut out some more. Keep going until you're done. These guys?
Sometimes I do that with kinetic sand.
That's great. Maybe next time on Cooking with Abby, we'll make kinetic sand.
No.
Edible kinetic sand.
Yeah.
Edible slime.
I gotta cover these in a little bit of a damp cloth while I go cry in the corner. We're gonna finish cutting these up, and then we'll come back and we'll assemble everything together. Couple things I wanted to highlight. One is to roll your dough out enough because there's a lot of work to roll up the dough and you're exposing it to a lot more flour. So you don't want to do it over and over again, but you want to make sure you get like the most work out of, the most yield, as we say, out of your work. 2, you got to press down hard, make sure you break away from the sides, and you want to come as close as you can to the edges and to your neighbor. Again, otherwise, you're just going to be rolling and rolling and rolling and constantly introducing more and more flour, which is okay, because if you get too much flour in there, all you have to do is just add a little more liquid. So now I promise we're going to wrap these up. We're going to come back. We're going to stuff them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're back. We have finished rolling out all of our dough. We had a little bit left over. We weren't going to go overboard. I'm not sure how many we have. Abby's going to count in her head, not out loud. Our mincemeat ready. Rebecca added the nuts, stirred that in. We were worried about there being
21.
21, eh? Not enough liquid, and there's plenty. How many were here?
Not 20, 21, not 22.
We may or may
24.
not have added a little bit of an adult beverage to this. Totally optional, brandy, whiskey, whatever you like.
We added the
We added
brown.
expensive scotch. So this part gets important and scary. You need to press these in, but you don't want to tear your dough.
I thought we were gonna.
This one already has a.
That's why you want to do them a little thinner than we did, and that's why you'll get more if you do them a little thinner. But that's fine. Oh, I forgot to mention,
Pan baking tray.
we cookie sprayed these beforehand. Again,
This is when you
fold it
ripped
a little bit, kind of make like a little one of these.
Star.
Okay, we're gonna call it a star. You're
Like
gonna
this?
work it in.
Comes up.
You're gonna work it in. You're gonna pinch the sides. And again, guys, your pastry, you added some orange to it. You added some sugar to it. It's delicious.
Yeah.
Don't worry about there being too much.
We may or may not have like licked the spatula.
You lick the spatula.
Ew.
But no, I put my finger like this.
Lick the spatula. That's what's going on here. Then
No, I
we're gonna
don't.
come back to you. Don't worry. Plenty of time for everybody to do this. Try not get too much of the liquid because you don't want it to be runny and soupy.
That's disgusting.
Get a nice little mixture in there. Fill it right to the top, people.
Are we adding a fancy
Right to the
design on
top.
the top?
You can. Abby is alluding to putting a lid on top of this. Get a little raisin going on. You can absolutely put a lid on top. We're not going to. So these ladies are going to argue with one another in front of me. And I'm going to come in with the other camera, get a little few close-ups going on here. You could wait like 3 seconds, I think, right? And then you wouldn't drop it and throw it all over the place. So what did we learn? We learned that our dough was too thick. We definitely needed to roll it out thinner than we did, but that's cool. They're just gonna taste really good. Doughy, yummy. The other thing is we have a lot of our mincemeat left over. Again, that's okay, because we're gonna make more. Because you know what no one says at the holidays?
Yum.
Oh, I don't want any more sweet, yummy dessert.
But that's not a thing.
No one says that in this house ever. So we're gonna wrap this up with the stuffing here. We're gonna put them into a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes, was it?
20 to 22 minutes. If
20
you're
to
making the
20.
mini, and then if you make the bigger ones, it's like 30 to 40 minutes. Something like that.
30, 40 minutes, something like that. I recommend the minis anyways. It's just the right amount. So yeah, we're gonna
And
put
then you
these in
can
the oven.
have two.
I like your logic. can have one of the big ones or two of the small ones, which ultimately gives you more.
2
Well done.
is better.
2 is always better than 1. That's why I have 2 lovely daughters. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I love saying that because it's the time we get to eat these. They look delicious. We've been secretly snacking on the mincemeat for a while, which isn't mincemeat, so I don't even know why we call it mincemeat. Guys, when we bite into these, we have to be careful. They've probably been out of the oven for over 5 minutes now. Gooey sugar, fruits, hot. I burnt myself.
When you bit
just
into
gonna,
it,
like,
or when
No,
you
when it
touched
just came out of me. Oh, the other thing we added, a little powdered sugar. Why? Because
This
need more sugar.
is,
Hold on, wait, let me. Yeah, no, that's really hot. I love how I stop the fast forward when I'm done eating. Guys, delicious. Now, I'm not gonna say they're better than my mom's because that would be rude. They're different and more enjoyable. Orange in the pastry, my mom never did that. It's delicious, it's fantastic. Making your own mincemeat is, I'll never buy it again. Never buy it
I
again.
think Nana buys it.
Nana totally buys it. Nana totally buys the one with fat in it because she had no idea until I told her. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh well.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, happy Festivus for you guys, whatever it is that you celebrate. If you're looking for a sweet tart, boom, sweet tart.
Dough is really,
We have to do a
really
Hanukkah
good.
one again.
We've done Hanukkah, man. We did 5 episodes of Hanukkah. We did
That's
latkes.
There's 8 days of Hanukkah.
I know, but there's not 8 things, man. It's all about the oil.
So make another recipe with oil.
Potatoes. We did potatoes twice. Anyways, this isn't about Hanukkah. This isn't really about Christmas. This is about Mincemeat Tarts and how amazing they are. Thank you very much for watching. They are way too hot. We absolutely should have waited another 5-10 minutes. I'm
That's
still
what
gonna
I'm
have
gonna do.
another one because
Me too.
I'm like that. But thank you for watching, especially this time of year when you guys might be sitting around wondering what to do with your time. Share this with a friend. Make these together at a distance. Compare notes. Wind sucking bag over here.
Dad looks at us like,
That's nasty. I just look over and I see a spin. I mean, I know you got braces now and everything. Thank you once again. Please share with your friends. Subscribe if you feel like it. If you don't, that's cool. Just kind of, enjoy our
share it with
episodes.
your friends.
Like
You
the
don't
video.
subscribe.
If you don't subscribe, like it.
We're gonna definitely gonna have one more, and I'm thinking we may do some special live stuff before the end of the year, and then we're gonna take a little break. But
We should do one for Happy New Year.
oh, that's a great idea.
Something that'll keep you up till midnight.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Ready, happy, smile.